Gauteng police are investigating a fatal shooting in Finetown on the south of Johannesburg last night. According to police, 7 people are dead after robbers who initially fought off by street vendors returned later and opened fire randomly. It's alleged 4 suspects tried to rob street vendors selling chicken feet on the pavement. Now, the vendors then fought back, hurling stones at the suspect's vehicle. Our reporter Ahmed Kajee is in Finetown for us. Ahmed, all of this tragedy unfolding very quickly over what may seem very petty. What exactly happened there?
Yes, very much so, Mpo. It's very sad. There's sadness out in the air over here in Finetown as the community still comes to grips about what happened last night with the death of those 7 people and various others injured. In fact, we just had a small community meeting over here a few moments ago where the community actually decided and just started brainstorming on what exactly is the plan going forward for the rest of the week. But in terms of what happened last night, let's bring into the conversation Ward Councillor Amelia Zama. She perhaps will be best in this position to exactly take us through what happens. Amelia, thanks very much for your time today. I mean, it must be devastating for the community. Can you maybe just take us through what you know about what happened last night?
Okay, so 11 youngsters were shot. They were the ages between 22 and 30. 7 passed on. And yeah, so it's heartbreaking. It's youngsters that we knew personally. So yeah.
Can you maybe just take us through a bit more about who these people were? Do you know anything about the suspects? And then just take us through those who were the victims of this particular attack.
Unfortunately, I can't give you any information of the suspects. As you know, that Finetown has been sitting without electricity for the past 5 years. And there's no street lights, nothing in this area. So people couldn't see who the suspects was. The only thing they saw is that there was a vehicle standing at Gauteng. And the gunmen walked up and they shot the 11 victims.
Can you take us, I mean, we had spoken a bit earlier about some of the people who had passed away actually being young businessmen from the area, aged between 20 and 30. What exactly was their role within the community? Okay,
so for example, Pinky came to see me last week. And she saw the unemployment rate within the community. And her goal was, Councillor, can you please organize somebody to come and scrape the soccer field for us so that our youngsters can play soccer field. Then with Tabiso sold chicken dust in the middle, just here. That's where he sold chicken dust. And yeah, it's heartbreaking. Zakona was one of the CLOs at one of the projects, and I met with her last week. And today she's no more. And it's just heartbreaking because this one is close to home. This is children that we knew personally.
I mean, also you speak about the fact that there's no lights coming through due to electricity cuts, just due to failing infrastructure over the last 5 years. What has the police and law enforcement done in terms of patrols in the area to at least keep some sort of safety and security for the community?
Okay, currently not a lot at all. We had a march on the 9th of August that was organized by Ladies of Hope. And the Minister of Policing was there. So, yeah, from that day there was 2 operations that was organized. And that's it. Only the 2 operations, nothing else. So we're pleading with the Minister to please come to Finetown and come and see what the people here have to go through. Come to Enedal and walk the streets and see what our people have to go through. Come to Meriting and see what our people have to go through. We're honestly struggling. Last week, 7 people were shot. So every single week we have this. The week before there was 2 people shot. So we have this on a regular basis.
It seems that then you would also, I would assume, also want the new Premier, Panyaza Lesufi, to also come through. One of his promises a few weeks ago to the Eldorado Park community was that there will be more visible policing in the province. I'm assuming this is just one example of the importance of actually having that policing present.
I know that MEC Faith Mazibuku will be coming through. So yeah, she's always available for us as a community. I also know that the Premier will come through. He's been here, I think, 2 months ago. So I know he'll come through as well.
Councillor, thanks very much for your time indeed today. That's Councillor Emilia Zama taking us through for what had taken place over the last 12 hours or so in this particular area. And unfortunately, we had seen the loss of life of those young people, ages ranging between 20 years and 30 years old. The community during the small meeting said that they will just be perhaps just having a few more caucuses to understand exactly what they will be doing. And obviously, we'll get those formal confirmations over the next 12 hours or so to understand exactly what the rest of the week will be in store for. But in terms of what we are experiencing right now, there's just everyone in the community is very shaken at what happened last night. That mourning is continuing, and one will only hope and expect that police and law enforcement will carry out their investigations and also have the subsequent response coming through from the Gauteng government as well.
Very well, Ahmed. Kajee, let's perhaps leave it there for now. Of course, a lot more questions than answers here as this matter is investigated by police. The fatal shooting in Finetown. Our reporter there, Ahmed, giving you some detail and the views of community members on the ground.